whoever's the next like 6 presenters be like, which brings me to Bud Roegee. Bud is this gentleman standing next to me who has been a lawyer in Grand Rapids for nearly 50 years. Well, I don't know if he's been in Grand Rapids the whole time. He's been a lawyer on earth for nearly 50 years. Bud has a million awesome stories, but when we got together and talked to him, he had to like kind of go through this whole like, well, I could talk about this, I could talk about this, but I think he's going to surprise us a little bit. He's going to go from that sort of corporate crusader lawyer, or is it the other way around? It's corporate whatever, the one you don't like, I don't know. Anyway, but now he's going to tell us about something a little different. Perhaps it'll be something to do with this get up here. So Bud Roegee.
Oh yeah. Let's put this up a little higher. You're a tall guy. You're tall.
As I was introduced, I'm Bud Roegee, and I'm here to tell you about 3 of my passions. I'm wearing this costume so I don't do a Rick Perry moment and forget one of the 3. And I have a hat. I'm going to talk about baseball. You don't really have to like baseball to like this. I have an apron because I like to bake pies. And I have my suit on because, as they said, I'm a lawyer.
There we go.
This is the oldest building in Grand Rapids. I'm probably one of the oldest lawyers. I've been a lawyer for 50 years, and I'll be 75 years old this year. Not quite as old as the building here you see, which is the Flatiron Building, which was built in 1860 when President Lincoln was elected, and 1 year before the Civil War. That's an appropriate place for me to now have my office. And it's on the corner of Ottawa and Monroe. It's just across from the Art Museum, and now you see it in its splendor. This is what it looks like after it's been redecorated. We've been in this building now for about a month, and if you look closely, you would have seen my name on the building. That's a big thing in Grand Rapids. I'm there on the right, and those are 2 of my friends. They've been around in our building for a long time. I'm not going to tell any lawyer jokes tonight because my friends and I don't think they're funny, and you don't think they're jokes. Here I am. They asked me what kind of talent I had, and I said I really don't have much, but I once tried to balance a pencil on my nose, and I'm still trying, but there I am. Now I'm going to switch over to a baseball program. There I am crossing home plate. How many here know about Grinnell College? Oh, a few do. Well, anyway, they didn't have a baseball team for a long time until I got there, and then they had to have one because of my skills. In the first inning of the first game, I made the first run, so that caption read, Roegee scores first run for Grinnell in 41 years. Here's the St. Louis Arch. This is the home of my real favorite team, the St. Louis Browns. Have any of you heard of the St. Louis Browns? I used to go down every summer and watch them play. My cousin lived right near the ballpark. St. Louis, first in booze, first in shoes, and last in the American League. Here's the lovable losers, and I'm thinking of getting Chris Laporte to do pencil drawing next year, and I think he could win maybe first prize, and I'm going to split the winnings with him. And we have the Browns. This is one of my favorite players. You notice he's missing an arm. He played in 1945. He was really right-handed, but then he converted after a train ran over his arm. And he was center fielder for the Browns in 1945, and he actually hit over 200, probably as well as Brandon Inchit. Here's one of the best pinch hitters for the Browns. His autograph is actually worth more than Babe Ruth's. Eddie Goodell. He was 3 feet 7 inches tall, and Bill Deck, the owner, decided that he was tired of the Browns never getting on base, so he put him in as a pinch hitter, and he told him, if you swing at a pitch, I'll shoot you. There he is batting, and the Detroit Tigers were pitching against him that day, and they the pitcher was laughing so hard he couldn't get it over, so Eddie walked on 4 pitches. The next day the commissioner said no more midgets in baseball. Now, I was at the park that night, the fans gave the manager a lot of trouble, said he wasn't managing well, so Bill Vick said, well, we'll let the fans manage. They didn't have computers back then, but they had flashcards, and they relayed the signals. Now there's Satchel Paige. He was in the Negro Leagues for many years, and he didn't make it in the majors until he was in his late 40s. So when he pitched for the Browns and was their best pitcher and 45 years old, they got him a chair. I think that's where Charles Eames got the idea of the Eames chair. They used to put Satchel out in the bullpen. But now every baseball team has to have a beer to, and the Browns had 2 beers. This is one. Actually, Harry Carey was the first announcer for the Browns, and he often drank a little too much Falstaff when he made his presentation. But here's the beer he really liked. It's Greasy Dick Brothers. Has anybody here had a Greasy Dick? I don't know. Harry always asked that question when he presented. Now, the next slide you're going to see is Dizzy Dean. He was a Hall of Famer, and he actually announced for the Browns. Dizzy got in trouble once on his Game of the Week broadcast because he kept showing a couple in the front row kissing and making out. Do they still use that term? I don't know. But anyway, Dizzy said, that's the way to enjoy ball game. Yes, sir, fans. It looks like he's kissing her on the stripes, and she's kissing him on the balls. There Dizzy is as a Chicago Cub. He actually got so upset with the Browns that he said, I can do better than that. The last game of the season, they let Dizzy come down and pitch. He pitched 3 shutout innings and then pulled a hamstring running down to first base. But here's a guy you probably know, Yogi Berra. I only have him in there because I caught a foul ball once at the Browns game, but Yogi did. Yogi says, if you come to a fork in the road, take it. And he also was famous for saying, it ain't over till it's over. It's about over here, fam, so don't worry. Now, my next passion is baking, and that's one of the apple pies I made, Apple pie and baseball. What's more American than that? An American flag and the Constitution. I forgot my lapel pin with my flag, but I do like to bake pies, and here's one of my favorite recipes. I don't have time to show it all, but ladies, after this presentation, if you'd like my secret recipe, you can come over and I might give it to you. Finally, George Carlin said about baseball that there's only one thing, the whole point of baseball is to get home and be safe. I know the roads are slick tonight, so get home and be safe.
Feeling we're going to want Bud back here very soon in the April show. Thank you, Bud. Usually I think the beer break is one of my favorite parts. After that presentation, I'm sticking with Bud every time. But this is the unique part of the show where we take a 20-minute beer break, put some music on, change the slides for a little while, and get a drink. And remember, take care of your servers, and we'll get back with you in 20 minutes. Thanks.